what we see in Canada is a woman who's now 22 who deliberately went to Syria, Iraq to be a wife of a terrorist, and now Canada's trying to bring her back home, not to charge her with a crime, but just to welcome her back. Is that appropriate? Should there be charges? How do you feel about this? I don't like it.
It's hard to understand the world in its current form. It's hard to imagine that a young woman would go to a conflict zone with the intention of marrying somebody who is, by anyone's definition, a terrorist and a killer. It's hard to imagine that Canadian women would actually do something like that. But now that we see that they have done those things, we have to look at it from a legal point of view. So the Canadian government is really responsible to its Canadian citizens, both at home and abroad, to make sure that we're okay. That's a fundamental responsibility of every nation state. So we have to start with the premise that the Canadian government certainly owes Canadian citizens abroad help when they're in trouble. This is a Canadian citizen. Her 2 children are Canadian citizens, and we must help her. But you got to admit, this is a bizarre situation where we are committed to helping someone who would probably, if given the opportunity, would be committed to destroying the very society and the way of life and the freedoms and the liberties that we have. So the irony is unbelievable. The real question that has to be posed is, has this woman broken any Canadian laws? And if she hasn't, presumably she should be entitled to return, regardless of how distasteful her political ideas are and how terrible her life choices are. But that's what she's done. If she has broken a law, she should be prosecuted. So some of the things that are going to be looked at is, when she went there, what did she do? Did she just marry someone, have children with him, cook him breakfast and make him dinner and act like a normal traditional wife? Or was there more to it? Did she help him? Did she organize? Did she plan? Did she support any international terrorist activities? That's really the question of analysis. Mm-hmm. But right now, we are strapped with the obligation of helping Canadian citizens. Her children are Canadian citizens, and we're stuck with it. Now, to be honest with you, while I say that as a lawyer, I certainly wouldn't want this young lady living next to me in my neighborhood and possibly encountering my children. It's just not something that I want, and I'm sure that lots of Canadians feel the same way. But from the legal point of view, she's a Canadian citizen and we owe her protection.